Well. Yesterday was an interesting day and definitely a good day in the end, so I'm really, really stoked. Yeah, guys, so today, going to quickly talk about what happened yesterday. As you can see, look at this candle that ended up forming yesterday. Quite a volatile day, but in the end, it was a good day for us. And I traded the market pretty nicely, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Also, I'm still stoked that the Mavs won yesterday, so fuck yeah. Anyway, um, but I'm going to quickly talk about what happened yesterday in terms of the price action and also the macroeconomic events, as well as um, how I played the market yesterday and what actually worked out well for me. I didn't actually fuck up yesterday, but I thought it did pretty well, and what I'm kind of expecting to do today. So basically, as you can see, we ended up really hitting that key point that I was talking about yesterday, where we got that almost that convergence between the 21 day and the 50 day on the day chart. We hit that support. At one point, it almost looked like we were going to break it a little bit, but the technicals held strong. Obviously, there was a lot of orders at this level here. Everybody was paying attention, and we really got a very, very, very strong, nice bounce. That on top of combined with the data that was released from the Fed about how they're basically not doing anything, and it just kind of making investors want to hedge against the dollar was good. So obviously that went in our favor and the market shot up. Um, so what we ended up getting is this very, very strong bullish candle here, which kind of suggests to me that there's no doubt that today we're going to definitely make a test back up to that weekly downward sloping trend line that we were talking about yesterday as well here. And that general kind of 1790, 1800 day support. 1800 level support. So let me jump into the 15-minute chart here. Yeah, so it really does look like this was kind of like a small double bottom on the 15-minute chart that I pointed out yesterday. This was really a perfect time to put a buy order in, and I'm really glad that I did because that really worked out into my favor. As I told you, I had buy orders yesterday pretty much stacked from 1775 downwards. Actually, I even had some orders at 1780, 1778, and so forth. And when we got that really strong bounce back with that engulfing bullish candle moving up, um, and then that kind of confirmation here that we were really going to continue on a bullish trend with this nice candle here, I uh, I decided at that point I was, it was really late at night for me in Thailand, and I had decided, okay, best to take some profits. I knew that the Fed interest rate decision was going to come out at like 1 a.m., but I was just so fucking tired dealing with other shit as well on that day. And I was already making quite a bit of money. I was like 2% up on my account at that point, so I was pretty stoked. So what I decided to do, which turned out being a really, really good decision, was I closed all my 770, my 772, my 775, and my 778 and 80 positions. Those last two at a small loss. I closed those around 1775 point whatever 3 or 4 to take in that nice profit, but I still kept my one position that I had open before at 1765. I kept that open and moved up my stop loss to 1769. So worst case scenario, while I was sleeping, um, and if for whatever reason there was something unexpected and the market kind of dumped, I would still have stopped out at a profit. So there was basically no risk for me, and I think that was a really, really smart decision. Maybe a little conservative, but fuck it. I mean, better to be conservative than smart. You can never lose if you play like that, in my opinion. And I'm learning that more and more day by day as a noob trader. Um, Actually, the market though did go in my favor, but unfortunately, um, due my girlfriend was still up, who also does pretty well on gold, and she for whatever reason said she wanted to close my position because she was worried about Biden. So fuck, she actually closed me out at like 781, even though I could have easily wrote that all the way up. I was watching the Biden speech this morning. I told her that I moved my stop loss up, but she still did it anyway. heck, I can't be too mad, you know. I mean, I still closed with a nice profit. Um, but I would have rode that wave all the way up, so I could have made a lot more money. It is what it is. But now we can clearly see that after that Biden speech as well, which, I mean, there wasn't really much volume whatsoever. What did he really say? Kind of a bunch of fucking bullshit in the end of the day. But basically that he's going to print a lot more money, almost using this tax hike as almost like a smokescreen for the fact that, let's be real, he's also going to print a shit ton more money and just increase a lot more spending. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think people are kind of getting worried in terms of an inflation standpoint, and yeah, it just led to a bit more of a buy side, some more buy side pressure. But now, okay, now in the last couple hours or so, we've finally seen that, you know, we're getting a bit of a correction, and yeah, we didn't manage to break past that next key level, which is that 1788, 1789 level, which is now, by the way, coincidentally coinciding with that downward sloping weak chart resistance line. So to cut to the chase, what am I kind of expecting for today, and how do I plan to kind of play this market out for the day? Well, I'll show you exactly now how I've kind of stacked my orders for the day. I'm definitely still bullish on gold for now. I do think that we're probably going to make another test of that 1790 level at some point. I mean, right now there's not a lot of volume, but I think when America wakes up again, with the general bullish data that came out yesterday for gold, or the bearish data that came out for the dollar, I really think that we're going to probably make another test. I don't know if we're going to break it, but so frankly speaking, we got to be cautious about that. We got to be cautious that 1790 level now at this point is definitely going to be strong resistance. If we break that, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to 1800 and beyond for the next few days in the foreseeable future. But so we got to be conscious of that. So we don't want to be opening high leverage positions right up there near there just because we are expecting, and we're bulls that we're expecting it to break that level. That's just a way to get fucked, really, honestly. In the end of the day, this market can turn really quickly based on technical patterns and technical traders. So that's something to consider. So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm exposing I've basically set up these 0.5 buys because just at these various levels where I think it makes sense. The first one I've set up is around that 782 level before, just below it, to see if, okay, let's see if we can make that previous resistance support. So I've set up basically a total of a one margin position here, but split between two. I kind of want to do this more just so I can get a little bit more exposure at different levels. And, you know, in case the market does turn back, I still have something which is going to give me some profit. I'm trying to do this more and more, playing this strategy. Then I've set up another one, which is kind of at 1779, which kind of should coincide with the 200 on the 15-minute chart. That's a strategy I tend to like to play, set up one on that level or where I think it's going to hit at that level. And normally you get some sort of bounce on that point. So that's where I set up the next one. And then below, I've just kind of set up the additional key levels of support that we're experiencing in the short term for the last few days. One being 1775, one being 7072. Of course, I should also be setting some at 69 and 65. But I'm just going to set this up first. I have other stuff to do for another business, and I'm also going to meet a buddy later today. So this should be enough for now. I don't see the market moving particularly that much in the next few hours anyway, so I'll occasionally check, you know, while I'm outside. But this is basically what I'm planning to do today. Not setting a stop loss. Don't think it's really necessary. In terms of take profit, where would I start considering? Again, I think 1787, 88 is definitely interesting because I'm assuming we're going to get another rejection, and then maybe repeat that whole process again. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Take those profits and have a nice end to April. Anyway, thanks, guys. Let me know what you think.